see what I can find out. Again, as you can tell, it looks like police are also in the backyard, and then they're going in and out of the house. Right now, we are live on both Instagram, we're live on TikTok and Facebook. This is Cranston. I'm going to show you the photo. We've had a missing person case, and Cranston police have now descended on this address, and I want to show you the individual who's been missing. Everyone in the city has been looking for this woman. We did share it on our pages. Let me pull it up so I can show everyone. Okay, this is the person that they have been looking for. So Cranston police searching for a missing 44-year-old autistic, nonverbal female, 4'11", 100 pounds, last seen in the area of this street in Cranston around 3 o'clock yesterday. So, and that is her photo. This is the missing person. I also want to show everybody here. Again, Cranston police put this out, missing person. We're going to walk around the neighborhood a little bit. I know this whole area, people have been combing here for this autistic, nonverbal, 44-year-old woman last seen this street 3 o'clock yesterday. And now we have the Cranston crime scene lab is here, and police have gone, you can see them in and out of the house, and they also seem to be in the backyard. We're going to walk around in just a moment. Rhode Patrol, Cranston. Again, Cranston police. You know, there's been the missing person, and Cranston police are now on the street with the crime lab of where this woman went missing. 44 years old, autistic, nonverbal. Cranston police are on this street, North Clarendon Street in Cranston. We've seen police in and out of the house, and the Cranston crime lab is here as well. This is a missing persons case. Started 3 o'clock. She was last seen 3 o'clock yesterday. Folks, you can see these are Cranston police, obviously combing the area. Again, hate to think this or see it, but very odd. again, right now, 7:37. So we have it was announced yesterday that we've had a missing person case in Cranston, Rhode Island. And I'm going to show you her picture again. And we believe this is the scene she was last seen at. This was the address. And suddenly now, Cranston Crime Lab is here. And as you can tell, as you're seeing, Cranston police are fanning out around the area. Now, we can go through what do we know, what don't we know. But most of the time, if in fact the individual, say, had wandered down the street, I know police are very familiar with a lot of the ring camera that people would have. So I'm thinking that we come back to where were they last seen, and she was last seen right here. Again, autistic, non-verbal female, 44 years old, dark skin, 100 pounds, black curly hair, blue jeans. Seen this area of North Clarendon Street in Cranston. So that was yesterday. And again, we do have this out. Folks, share that you are watching. If you're watching us right now, there's the description, and that's the individual. But now, we see something different. We see the Cranston Crime Lab is right here. And then we have police, we believe, inside the house. We've seen them going in and out of the house. And then we saw them on the side yard and the backyard. We'll check in with the Rhode Patrol Command Center. Again, it's Thursday night. You can still see police. Look at them looking in that vehicle with the flashlight. It's not raining, but it's hazy out. It certainly seems like a quiet street. Yeah. I saw them going a little bit in and out to the backyard. But, oh, that's a better shot. You can see the police inside. Yeah. I think that might be Captain Bruno inside. Police are still trying to question some of the neighbors. There you can see police inside. And that looks like they have a bag of some kind of evidence. You know, people hear about missing persons cases. This is a missing persons case. This is someone who was last seen right around 3 o'clock yesterday. As we know, people don't vanish. Autistic, nonverbal, and suddenly now, I know volunteers have been searching this area, but now we have police back and inside the home. I believe she lives in this home. That's the information I have. And I also want to point out, you know, I'm not going to show it, but there's a neighbor, and you can see the TV's on, and they're not opening the door for the police. That's a little odd. All right, look at the door blowing open. Police are in the back of this house, looking through their backyard. I get the sense they're combing through the houses right around here. Yeah. Who's calling me? I can't see you. Oh, is that right there?
volunteer.
So if you work for another agency and you just drive around looking all day, but there's a woman sitting in the room with a car. And she used to work with this woman. It's a perfectly, it was so up, there's no way she got from the back seat to the front seat. But she doesn't even do it.
That's the level of just what is she? What is this woman being about?
All right, folks, I did disappear. So, and I want to say hello to everybody, and I will. We're learning more. I'm learning that this woman is, and I'm going to do it one at a time, but again, we're in Cranston. Police are phoning out around the neighborhood. And we just so I know it's helpful for people, I think we may be able to talk to someone that knows the woman. Okay, good evening, everybody. Again, we're in Cranston, so this is, and now, by the way, since it's a little warmer and the weather's nicer, we're going to be doing a lot more Road Patrol. Make sure you follow the page. Okay, I think I'm going to be talking to someone possibly who has worked with the woman that's missing. But we've learned a lot, that she is not that mobile. So, but you can see police inside this house right now. Right now. Now, I'm not going to show you, but if you stand right here next to me, at least they can hear your voice. Okay? Why don't you stand literally like right there? Okay. And we'll just talk like this.
Sure.
Now, I'll just call you C.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Now, you worked with the missing person who, her name has not been released, and I'm not exactly sure why. Here comes someone, if someone wants to talk to that individual.
Her name has been released.
Hold on. It
Yeah,
has
I
been?
live upstairs.
Oh, you live upstairs?
I saw there was a cops everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so I knew somebody was missing. I didn't know. Yeah, because the cops were here yesterday when I got home from work, and they asked me if I had access to the cameras, but
Oh, wow.
I didn't know, so they came.
They have,
Cameras.
where are the cameras?
Right by my door. The
Oh,
one on
wow.
the left.
Oh, okay.
There's one there and there's one on the other side.
And do they have access to it?
The landlord gave them access.
After reviewing the
Sure,
cameras, they
yeah.
couldn't find any footage of when supposedly Linda was sitting in the car and went missing.
Wow. Okay. Now, we can say, so C, oh, Chrissy, you worked with Linda.
I did.
Okay. And
Like they were here. Like,
what have you been told, or what stands out to you? So she's nonverbal.
Well, nonverbal is a blank statement because she can speak.
Oh,
She just
okay.
can't carry conversation.
Okay. But you would communicate with her.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. She would say, if she was hungry, she could say she was hungry. She could, tell you what she wanted. She loved chips. So
Oh.
if you had chips, she had a very tender voice.
Okay.
So if you were eating chips, she would kind of lean over to you and say, chips, chips. So, and then if you said no, she would say, chips, please.
Oh, wow.
So-
Very sweet.
Yeah, it was very gentle. She had a very gentle voice.
Gentle way about her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Linda did not have a very steady gait.
Okay.
So-
Now, and I want to clarify that. That means she didn't have a steady walk.
Correct.
So I know you guys use the term gait. So
Right.
So there's no way she walked away from this street.
If Linda
yeah, I met them.
got out of the car like I heard, because the story that I heard was she was in the back seat.
Okay.
And the back seat has child lock.
Okay.
So she would have to climb over
I see.
into the front seat and get
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
I used to live in their
Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely?
house.
Not likely.
But
Because
she doesn't walk in a steady manner that could
No.
allow her to walk 1 or 2 miles away from here.
Nothing I'm
definitely not. She
Okay.
would have to, even walk in short distances,
Yes.
she would have to hold on to your
Hold on.
arm.
Okay, like an
or-
elderly person
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if there were walls, she would bang into the wall, So for her to walk down a street and walk away,
Yep.
highly unlikely.
When did you learn that she was missing?
I learned it was today.
Today, okay.
Yeah.
Because just so people understand the timeline, last night, Cranston police put out missing person, last seen with her photo, right around, they said 3 o'clock
Yeah.
at this street. So you've been inside this house?
No.
No,
No,
okay.
I used to work with her at
You
her,
worked with her.
program.
Okay, and that was a shared living situation.
That was
That's
a
what
day
she's
program.
in now. Okay, so and then once again, I want to just show the individuals who it is, everyone who we're talking about. So now this element of that she was in the car. What
Mm-hmm.
do we know about that?
The only thing that I know is that I've heard is
Yeah.
that she was sitting in the back seat and her caretaker went in to warm up food. But if you're going in to warm up food and it's taking you 4 minutes to warm up food, Linda would probably be at the end of the driveway, if anything,
Okay.
because she doesn't have the ability to get out and walk all the way up the street by
Okay.
herself.
And she didn't drive away.
Oh, no.
No, she doesn't drive.
No, definitely not.
Okay. There she is, Linda DeLuca.
Yeah.
So now, why would the caretaker, why would she go out? Why would she be in the car if she was going to warm up food?
It's a weird reason.
I'm not sure, but I'll tell you this. If she was going in to warm up food, Linda was not leaving that car.
Okay. That's unusual.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Linda, she
And
likes.
yesterday was the beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful day. It was
Yeah.
60 degrees.
Linda loves food.
She does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that
she's-
doesn't. That's something odd.
yeah.
So
Linda
the
wouldn't be
caretaker
able
basically says, "I put her in the car to warm up the car." No, why was she in the car? To warm up the car? It was warm
to. Why
yesterday.
wouldn't she go in the house to eat food that she's warming up?
Right. And
Why
then
would she-
came out and she was gone.
Right.
That's the story.
And there's no way that Linda is getting out of that car if she's saying she was only in there for 4 minutes. Getting
Yeah.
from the back seat,
To where?
climbing over.
She'd be in front of the driveway.
She would
Yes.
try to go in the house if
Go
she
in
knew
the
there was
house.
food.
Sure. Oh, she would? Oh, yeah. Especially if there were chips.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Now, that's a neighbor that just arrived that they are chatting with right now. Is that the landlord?
No,
No, she's just
that's
a
the
neighbor.
second floor.
That's the second floor. Okay. She's the one that mentioned the cameras.
And she said that they've only lived here for a few months, the family that's missing. Like Linda that's missing, they've only moved here a few months ago.
Oh.
Now, the family's missing?
No,
No.
Linda, that.
Linda's missing.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
family's only been here a few months.
The family's only been here a few months where it's a shared
So
living
she wouldn't
situation
even know
with Linda.
where she's going.
And one of the family members is the caretaker. Is that fair
No.
to say? No.
It's
No. So a shared living arrangement is where adults with developmental disabilities lives with a family.
A family,
Or a
right.
person or whatever.
Then who's the caretaker?
And it would be the people that they're investigating.
That's what we
now.
said.
Right,
Yeah.
but
They're the
isn't
people
that-
living
Not,
there.
not a family. Yeah.
isn't that
No, not
the
her family
caretaker
member,
is
but the
is
new family that moved in.
Yes.
Okay. No, we don't know where they are.
They're
They're up the street. Oh, okay. Now, it's my understanding that they have given various stories that has changed
for different people that asked. Yes.
for exactly what happened.
correct.
Now, Chrissy, what does that tell you?
That tells me that there's something going on.
Yeah.
Because if this is the same family that Linda has been living with for years, there have been several reports on them to the state.
Well, there have been.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
That's not good. But is this a new arrangement that she's living with them?
She's been there
No.
for 11 years. She's been the same
11
provider.
years. Same provider. Huh. Okay.
So
Maybe
the
it's that
state
person in
the state has several reports on her.
Okay. Well, the police are certainly inside this house and the crime lab here. So the question is, where is Linda?
That's a
Where is
serious
Linda?
question because Linda
Yeah.
doesn't have the ability to
She didn't call an Uber.
no,
No.
and she didn't walk like she couldn't walk by herself up that little hill because of her gait.
Now, let me back up just one moment. Why was she in the car? Were they out and they I don't understand why.
So I heard that they were out in the community
Yep.
and she
Came
went to
back.
came back to warm up food for
Okay.
Linda and the
you
children.
stay here in the car and I'll warm up some food.
Yes.
Comes back out after 4 minutes and Linda's gone. That seems very
In
unusual.
4 minutes, if
Now,
Linda got out of the
why
car-
wouldn't she go in the house when they all went in the house?
Maybe because your gate's off or something.
Oh.
I mean, just
Yeah, if she got out of the car,
Yeah.
right? She in 4
Unless she
minutes.
was asleep.
In 4 minutes, she's not getting very
No?
far.
Okay. She didn't take off on a bike or anything
No,
like that.
no.
Well, they're certainly searching this whole area, but you've been searching.
Right, we've
this
been
area.
searching. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
we-
day.
Yep.
in and out. So
We've-
after
we've-
work, after
yeah.
work tonight, we came by looking in the bushes.
Looking in the dumpsters, looking everywhere.
This is very odd.
It
She's
is.
carrying around a little brown bag.
Yeah. And someone with a development disability, I mean, my knowledge of this of interviewing various people is they're very routine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And to say they're not adventurous, I mean, they generally eat the same thing. They do the same thing every day. That
And they're
keeps
going to go
them
to the
in their
same
routine.
places that they've been to
To before.
in their routine.
Yes.
Yeah. So, today that people had gone to the McDonald's or Taco Bell and
Sure.
said, have you seen her in case she was looking for food? But after speaking with C here,
Yeah.
she didn't have the mobility to do any
No,
of that.
no.
She doesn't have the capability to go. Like, the thing with Linda is her independence. Like, if she was out and she had to go to the bathroom,
Yep.
she might be able to say to somebody, bathroom.
Okay.
But if they don't let her come in, she's going to soil herself.
Okay. Wow.
because she doesn't know how to go to the bathroom outside.
Okay, right.
You
and
know,
if she's told no, then she's just gonna stay
yeah,
there.
because there's
Okay.
nowhere else for her to go.
Yeah.
She's not going
Poor
to know
little
to
thing.
go.
She seems so tiny.
She is
100
very
pounds
frail.
as
She's
well.
very
Yes.
She didn't know to keep warm.
She doesn't know to walk up the street
No.
and go into a store
No.
and ask for something.
No.
She
This
doesn't
is
have that capability.
very unusual, and the whole story, and you can tell. I mean, the police are also having a tough time trying to figure this
Yeah.
out. Now, you could see police. They seemed active.
Not as
Not
active
as
as
much
they
as
should
you
have been.
thought.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, if it was an Amber Alert, if it was
Yes.
a Silver Alert,
Good point.
We need something
Yes.
for people with developmental disabilities
right.
because a child at 4 years old can say, "My name is this," or you know,
Right.
I might live here, or
But someone with limited versatility.
yes, a person.
When I first came to look after work, a cop drove by me and I waved her down and I said, I'm here to help with the search. And she looked at me and she said, oh, I don't know anything about it. I'm just doing my patrol. Well, part of your patrol is to
Is
look
to
for a
look
missing
for
person.
Linda.
You should have
Yes.
been, right, you should have
Yeah.
been, made aware of
Sure.
the situation.
I'm sure they'll address that. But this is, and again, folks, for everybody tuning in, this is the missing person in Cranston. And police, certainly there's a number of police and detectives inside of this home where she lived. And they were combing the neighborhood as well. But I think and here's something we don't know, unless you do know, who reported her missing.
Well, I don't know. From
We
what
don't
I
know
understand,
that.
it was her caretaker.
It was the caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
Then reporter is saying she's just gone. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Linda
guys-
can't run. She can't. It's
No.
not like she can even walk fast.
Yes.
She has to hold on to something or she's going to fall.
Yeah. The car story is a little unusual.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to mention the group or anyone that has been active with the search and was? I mean, people spent hours today trying to find her.
Her family's from Massachusetts,
Yes.
and her nephew had come down earlier
Okay.
today, and they would love to connect with her and find out more information. They seem like a really caring, loving family
Okay.
who want to know where Linda is.
Yeah.
The nephew called the local hospitals. He went down to BHDDH to try to find out more information. I'm sure they'd love to know more information.
Now here's someone pulling into the driveway. We don't know who that is. Could be. Okay, we'll find out.
No, that's not.
It's not. Okay. All right. Folks, again, it's 8 o'clock in the east. This is Rhode Patrol Live. This is a missing persons case. And Cranston police are inside this home where... Can I take a picture of the flyer that you had on your phone?
Let me just grab it again.
Just because I have the one the police sent out. Yours is better.
Where is it?
So that's it. Okay. Who put together the flyer?
CPNRI.
Okay. Who did?
CPNRI.
CPNRI.
Okay.
It's another.
Folks, again, there's a missing person, Linda DeLumba. So there's a lot of things we don't know. We don't know will the caretaker reported her missing. The story about her.
You only showed half. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. No, I'm showing here. That's all right. Well, it's because I zoomed in on the police. That's all. Ignore that. Everybody's a camera person. I'm just kidding. There she is. There's a lot we don't know, and we don't know what has led police inside the house. Did they find something, or what are they looking for? It's also what stands out to me as someone that's at a crime scene every single night is they don't bring out the crime scene lab unless they feel they have some evidence that they want to test. Now they're
Right. And
very
taking pictures
focused.
of the doors and
Yes, very focused, and you
On
can
this front
see
area.
right there in the front area. So, and I'm just trying to, when you dealt with Linda, would there ever be, I'm just trying to think of an occasion of, would there ever be an occasion where you'd pull up to somewhere and then you'd say, okay, you stay here in the car, I'll go inside.
No.
I can't think
No.
of something like that.
No.
I mean, you certainly wouldn't. I'm trying to think, when my kids were young, maybe they're in the booster seat, and if they fell asleep and they're in the driveway,
Well, I think the
maybe
thing
you
is,
put the window down to hear for crying eventually, but
if Linda lives here,
yes,
right? Why are you not taking her in the house
Right.
to give her the food
yeah,
at the table
right,
where she lives?
yes.
Why are you warming up food and bringing it to the car if
Oh, and
you
she's
were
going to bring
already
it out
out?
to the car?
Right.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
No.
No, we don't know if she's not like taking meals into the car.
No, it was at
Right?
3 o'clock. So.
Yeah,
No,
3
and
o'clock
it-
in the afternoon.
Well, that's when they kind of claim, we
Right,
don't exactly
right, and-
know.
That's exactly what I said.
Cameras on the street could show something different.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So, when
I'm praying. I'm praying that they check every single camera
From
over
what I
here.
understand, they
Yes.
are.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. No, they're going
Because if
in the-
anybody knows Linda, which many people that worked with her know her very well,
Yep.
this is not something that she does. This is
Yeah.
not. She doesn't just
Well,
get
she's
up
not
and
physically able to do it.
No.
I also want to point out, and I don't think you may have, but today's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not trying to create speculation here, but as someone that has followed this, just because they reported her missing yesterday doesn't mean
correct.
Right.
that's
They
when
could check with her
the,
day program to see if she
Correct.
showed up
the
there.
question is, when was the last
If
time
she even goes to day program,
someone even
she used to go to
actually
day
saw
program when
her?
she was with us, but
She was,
she hasn't been
okay.
with us in a couple of years.
Oh, wow. And her family's out of state, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's police. You can see police coming in and out. Folks, this is Cranston Police coming in and out of the house.
He
They
said
look
that they're
like
in direct contact with the
they're-
investigator.
They look like they're waiting for somebody to. They look like
No
this.
questions for
Yeah, is that something that normally she would let them know? Like her
I think if they went to
Well-
BHDDH today, they know they got all of the information that they needed.
Yeah. You can see how many Cranston police officers are inside the house that are coming outside the house. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I still see somebody inside.
He's answering me.
Wow, look, there's even more coming out. 6, 7, 8.
It's all good now.
Now the question is, where are they going next?
That's where they were earlier.
Who are these individuals? Are they the ones that live there?
Those are the shared living providers. That's what we call the shared living.
They've been
Okay.
to this trash multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay, folks, they're going through the trash. It's cold. Go get a jacket if you have
Do you
to.
want your jacket? Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it. I'm okay.
So those are the providers that just went in. Very interesting. Folks, here you can see Cranston Police going through this dumpster right in the back. Whoa.
How's that? The gentleman that they're talking to on the right here, that's a provider.
Oh, okay.
So he's going wait.
And 2 went in.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Here comes somebody back out. Police are very interested in that dumpster. And folks, we believe these are the providers. Someone asked, do they need a warrant? They can ask permission, but because they may have gotten a warrant based on the fact they're missing person, you can see the police really rifling through that trash right there. Now, these are the two providers, seemingly, and again, we're not making any accusations here, but we believe these were two of the people last to see her. Yes. You see, they both have baseball hats on. Again, folks, share that you are watching. This is Rhode Patrol Live. We are the only media on scene. There's a missing persons case. I'll show the photo in just a moment. But she was last seen right here, and you can see Cranston police. There's 10 of them. And they were inside the house. Now they're going through these trash barrels outside. And outside with them are two of the individuals that live in the home. Seemingly could have been the last people to see her alive. Yep. Again, we are live on both TikTok and Facebook. If you're on TikTok, make sure you tap the screen, follow the page. Live gifts are appreciated. Everybody on Facebook. Now we have 400 people on Facebook. And we have 1,300 on TikTok. Everybody on Facebook. We have to hit our March goal. If everybody right now did 200 stars, it would help us towards our March goal. Now they're getting louder. You can hear them. Police are really grilling them now. Now you're seeing this. This is live with Cranston Police questioning these two individuals. It was a shared living situation because the missing woman is autistic and was described as nonverbal, but you could hear, could somewhat communicate. But what's key here is people that have worked with her and cared for her, Linda DeLumba, that she was unable to walk without assistance. So they're claiming they came into the driveway, went in the house. Hold on, you can hear them.
I just hear inside.
They're claiming they pulled the car in, went in the house to heat up food for her, came back in 4 minutes and she was gone. She has family in... Her family's in Massachusetts or New York?
I'm just going to call the family before I
Sure.
get there. The family's from Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Her family's from Massachusetts. This is Cranston, Rhode Island. But you can hear them. Folks, we don't know what happened, but police seem to be questioning the story of these two individuals. Thank you, Chris M.
Because if they're caretakers, So she only got missing persons.
They're saying a lot.
Got it. Breaking news. I will.
You can hear the police saying, "Why did you leave her in the car?"
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll let them know. Okay. Bye. So, the family wants you to know that, and the news to know that this is not where Linda lives. Linda lives in a group home, but the person who had her the day and where she was missing pulled up to this house to heat up food,
Okay.
and she went missing from this house.
Okay. All right, that's significant.
So why are they checking this? This is where Linda was last seen from this house.
Last scene.
She lives in a group home. She's
Okay.
not in a shared living anymore. She moved to a group home from SLA
Okay.
from shared living.
Did you tell them they can watch this live? The
I told
family?
the family. I said
Okay.
it to them. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he called
Yeah.
texted me. Oh, they let him
Okay.
know.
So this
I
was
let
last
him
seen
know.
here.
She was last seen here. Yep. She
Okay.
came in because a staff person came here to heat up food.
Right.
It's
This is still last scene.
crazier.
This is still last
It's
scene.
even more crazy.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to take the folks home with you. Yeah. She probably had her inside the house and she knows she's not supposed to. That's what someone is. Yeah.
All right, so she was last seen here. No, that's all right. That's all right. This is very odd. Understood. All right, folks. All right, listen, it's an evolving story. The family, by the way, the family is watching. I want the family to know that we're drawing attention to this. We're trying to bring some resolution here. She was last seen, I'm going to show her a picture in a moment. She was last seen here. And you could see the way the police are questioning the individuals. Here she is, Linda DeLumba. Okay, so now the latest is the caretaker brought her here to heat up food. She lives in a group home. So the reason police have descended here. Thank you for the donuts. Thank you. Sent that. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, folks. Appreciate that. 8:16. Again, I want to repeat. Now you can see the Cranston police are huddling. This was where she was last seen alive. Now, you just heard from people that worked with Linda that she was not mobile. She didn't take off. I don't know all the details. The story seems a little unusual. I went inside to heat up food. I came back and she was gone. Okay. Very odd. Okay, now again, there's the Cranston police. And they look like they're going to leave. Now, everybody on TikTok, you can follow us live. We're going to stay live on Facebook. But if you're on TikTok, they don't allow us to ride around while we're live. So I want to thank everybody. We have any detail update, we're going to come back, but you can join our Facebook feed. There's a link right on this page on TikTok.